call you Audie. Okay. I don't know if you got like an alter ego on here or something.
Call me Audie. All right, ready? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Moret Stadium. An exciting season opener here between the visiting Young Harris Mountain Lions and your Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. I'm Anakali Ande on the call, along with my broadcast partner here today, Sky Dupree. Sky, it's a beautiful day out here in Hickory, North Carolina. I mean, what else can you say about this weather? Yesterday, it was snowing flurries, and it's perfectly sunny right now.
Absolutely, Audie, absolutely. It's a beautiful day for lacrosse here in Hickory. Yesterday we ran into a little bit of snow flurry, so it would have been maybe even a little hard for the goalies to see the ball yesterday. But it's going to be a beautiful day here. Looks like the teams are ready to go. Everyone's in shorts and jerseys, and I think it's time to hit it.
Yeah, I mean, first game here today for both sides. This game was supposed to be played yesterday afternoon, but it was snowing down in Young Harris, Georgia, and it made it difficult for this team to come up here today, but able to make it. This, like we said, both teams, first game of the season, 0-0. New season here. A lot of connections between both sides. This is the first game at head coach at the helm right there for Young Harris's coach, Jay Goldsmith, a former assistant and player for Lenoir-Rhyne. Played under Coach Paradine for a season, and he ranks top 10 in LR history in points and goals, 88 points and 68 goals, and just a short time stint here at LR, and then was able to coach under head coach Paradine for a couple seasons, and now he's taken over the helm here at Young Harris, trying to turn this program around. Sky, just talk about what it takes, to go from player to coach, and how difficult that transition can be.
That transition is completely difficult. I mean, you walk into a new school with a new system, and even if you're trying to take your system to a new school, your players, you've got to recruit, you've got to do the things necessary to build your program from the top or from the bottom down. And so it's going to take some time for Coach Goldsmith to really get his players into a system, to get into working the way that he wants them to work, because right now Lenoir-Rhyne plays a very attacking style under Coach Paradine, which I'm sure Jay played under and played in. And so he doesn't necessarily may have the players that he needs, players that he wants just yet. He's only been there for about 5 weeks, which is absolutely crazy that he's in his first game now.
Yeah, it's really incredible. I mean, if you look at the all-time record, LR is 3-0 against Young Harris College, and they've outscored them 48-16. In their last win in 2018, 18-7. Joe Boudreau had 4 goals. Miles Moffitt had 2 goals. Ben Corrigan 2 goals, and Eric Dickinson had 2 goals as well in that matchup. And Joe Boudreau's gone. Ben Corrigan, he's gone. But who's left for this LR team? You still have Miles Moffitt. He was hurt last season. Is back this season, trying to come back and get back in shape to his freshman newcomer of the year status. Eric Dickinson 6 goals away from becoming the LR's all-time leading goal scorer and the SAC history all-time leading goal scorer in the South Atlantic Conference. This LR team was voted 3rd in the SAC preseason poll behind Wingate and Queens. Eric Dickinson and Tyler Bain both were voted first team preseason all-conference. Bain, 26 ground balls and 16 caused turnovers last year. He wreaks havoc on the defensive end, along with Connor Stanley. I like to call him double trouble back there. Very scary duo. Stanley, 47 ground balls and 20 caused turnovers. And then it all really starts back in goal. Guys, if you don't have a good goalkeeper in the game of lacrosse, you're not going to go anywhere. Noah Johnson, 185 saves, 535 save percentage, and 6-7 on the year last year. Look for him to get in stride this season.
Absolutely. The one thing we really want to see is we want to see that goalie get his hands around. We want to see him get comfortable in the cage. You're going to see a keeper today, especially if you have a good defense in front of you like Lenoir-Rhyne has. Come out there with some confidence, get a couple saves early, especially one shot straight to his stick or on his stick side, and hopefully he can turn some quick, easy saves into some early offense for the Bears.
And I just love all the connections between the two sides here today. I mean, there is a winning culture here at Lenoir-Rhyne for lacrosse under Coach Paradine here in his 10th season, started the program here at Lenoir-Rhyne, the former All-American at UNC Chapel Hill. This LR team is ranked 16 in the USILA poll for Division II lacrosse. They breed championships and successful players. 4-time SAC regular season champions under Coach Paradine, and then 14 2016, 2017, 2018, and one-time SAC tournament champions in 2016 as well. Assistant coach Ned Case is under his first season here at Lenoir-Rhyne under Coach Paradine, a former player of his, played in 2012 to 2015, was LR's leading goal scorer for a while until Joe Boudreau broke that record, and he finished with 124 goals and 170 points in his career, still ranked all-time top 5 in LR history. And then you have Ryan Crompton, the graduate assistant coach for Lenoir-Rhyne. He's the all-time leader in saves for Lenoir-Rhyne with 616, has 40 wins, all-time leader in wins as well, second in goals against average with 9.63. I mean, it just goes to show you what kind of program and what kind of men Coach Paradine breeds and this program builds out, Sky. I mean, you just see the names and the stat totals. They're going to be ready to play today.
The Bears are going to be ready. The Bears come to play. Coach P and Coach Paradine has a great winning culture, as you've mentioned. He sets his standards. He makes his players live up to those standards and has no wavering in that. And that's what I love about Coach. That's what we love about having him here at Lenoir-Rhyne. That's why he's in his 10th season. He's done so well for himself. His players respect him. His players want to play for him, which, especially in the NCAA, is very important. If you don't have a coach that you want to play for, that you want to be around, it's going to be really difficult as a player to motivate yourself to come to practice every day, to be prepared for a game. I mean, you do play for your brothers. You do play for the pride that you have in yourself and the game. But at the same time, if you have a coach that can motivate you and get that last 20, 25% of effort out of you to where you're doing the absolute best that you can on the field, that's where you want to be, and that's the sweet spot that we've found here with Coach P.
Exactly. I mean, you got a long list of players that have been really good for this team over the last couple of years. I mean, people like Colin Lett, Joe Boudreau, Mike Hanlon, Shane Gottberg, Sam Ashton, Ben Corrigan, Arno Oliver, just a bunch of, all-conference players, all-Americans for this Lenoir-Rhyne team. This is a program, like I said earlier, that breeds champions, and let's see what they have in store for us in this 2020 season. So we're about to open up. We're about a minute away. We got the starters for both sides. First for the visiting Young Harris Mountain Lions. We're going to have at face-off number 4, Jacob Haas. At attack, Jimmy Johnston. At midfield, Parker Lamarck. At defender, number 14, Alex Frattorino. At LSM, number 19, Tyler Oglesby. In goal for the Mountain Lions, number 20, Bryce Parrish. At defender, number 36, Andrew Prohavic. At attack, number 42, Cody Bilek. At defender, number 91, Patrick Phelan. And at midfield, number 93, Thomas Semple. And for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, starting at face-off will be number 4, Noah Flash. At defender, number 10, Tyler Bain. At midfield, number 11, Mitchell Linklater. At attack, number 12, Miles Moffitt. At attack, number 17, Edward Tate. At defender, number 20, Kristen Starkey. In a goal for the Bears, number 24, Noah Johnson. And at defender, number 25, Connor Stanley. In an attack, number 42, Eric Dickinson. And then at defender, number 44, Jaron Marmbrek.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise to the flag of the Canadian national anthem?
Sky, as we're back here now, getting ready to begin this game. Sky, what do you think are some keys for LR to come out on top here today, and just what kind of game are you predicting?
Let me give you 4 keys to start out with, Adi. First, on the defensive end for the Bears, you're going to see a lot of attacking. Our defensive midfielders, our defense in general in the LSM, they're going to press you box line to box line. And that's what you're going to like to see. You're going to see Young Harris's hands under duress, throwing passes away, hopefully. And so you're going to see a lot of our defense being attacking. Then 3 on the offensive end for you. The first one is transition offense. Once we get a really quick save, trying to get our D-mids out, pushing, and going to the cage. I know that Howard Dickinson does a great job of getting the ball in his stick and then absolutely using his legs to get to the next level. Thirdly, finishing your opportunities inside. Miles Moffitt, as you said, has come back along with Eric Dickinson, a dynamic duo down on the attack. And I really love to see both of them finish their shots inside. Eric's one of the slipperiest attackmen in Division II. Would love to see him get to the front of the cage, make a couple fakes, and then put the ball in the back of the net. Miles, same thing, very slick Canadian. Catches everything that you throw to him. Would love to see him finish everything inside. And the last one I have is you're going to see what's called a camouflage pick for the Bears. So as they transition down, maybe they're even, maybe they're down a man, you're going to see a defensive mid set a pick on one of the poles trying to get Eric or Miles loose. And I want to see how Young Harris handles that camo pick. As for the game style, you're going to see something that's fast-paced. Lacrosse is one of the fastest-growing games in America at this point because of the speed. They call it the fastest game on 2 feet, and hopefully that will be how it lives up to be today.
As we see the starting lineups being announced, once again down on the field, getting ready to go. Looks like LR will be donning their home whites, and Young Harris will be in the road blacks.
Adi coming up on one of the most exciting moments in all of lacrosse here. That first face-off of a new year always sets the tone. We'll see how the Bears can respond here.
Looks like it's going to be Flash and Haas in the middle. Duel things out to open up this game. And Flash able to win it there for LR, and he's streaking down the field. Fires the first shot, and welcome the 2020 right there. No Flash, ride that horse, and Bears open up 1-0.
As I said, Adi, one of the most exciting times in all of lacrosse. That first face-off. It's absolutely incredible when you see your face-off guy take the ball down there. Absolutely no fear, all confidence. Go down, score the first goal of the year. Shot clock not even necessary, right?
Yeah, 7 seconds off right there, and no Flash. Really honoring his last name right there in a blink of an eye, opening this game up. And Flash 2 for 2 on the face-offs. And now the Bears are going to start to sell in this one and work the offense. Now, Sky, what are they going to try to look for here as they're trying to break this Mountain Lions defense?
As the Bears get into their typical offense here, you're going to see a couple guys on the crease moving around. Again, we're going to talk about Moffitt going in, number 12. As you see, number 51, Brett Newton there, drive to his strong hand all the way down, really through the heart of that Mountain Lion defense.
Yep, Newton able to fire one with the lefty shot and going right past the keeper, 2-0, Lenoir-Rhyne early in this one.
With the Bears' first line, Brett Newton, and a couple of those other guys, you're going to see a lot of physical play, Adi. A lot of physical play. You see Brett there getting to the heart of his defender, really stifles his hands, doesn't give the defender a chance to push him around, and then imposes his will.
And, Scott, how, daunting can it be just to have, Newton just hopped on, scored, hopped off, and, you have several players like that from the line who can just score at any given moment.
That's a challenging thing, Adi. In my experience playing, it was tough when you had 3 or 4 guys who could really score, especially when you have, as we talked about, Dickinson, Miles, and other attackmen down low that are occupying your defenders. That leaves a lot of pressure on your defensive midfielders in your LSM.
And now we're going to witness Young Harris's first real possession here of this opening game. Right now with the ball is Daniel Zimmy. So they're working around the cage. Good swing over as they're trying to break this teeth of this Lenoir-Rhyne defense. And a shot fired wide there by number 20, Bryce.
Mountain Lions come out in a 2-1-3 offense here. 2 guys behind the cage, 1 on the crease, 3 up top. Really highlighting their midfield speed, perhaps. Lenoir-Rhyne comes out what looks to be a crease sliding defense. What you're going to see from the Bears here as they come off, the defender who is guarding the crease man will be the help defender. He'll be the one going over if a Mountain Lion gets free.
So you see a good pursuit there in the middle, and a shot able to squeak by. That'd be number 93, Thomas Semple, finding a hole right past Connor Stanley of the Bears. Excuse me, Noah Johnson of the Bears. So the Mountain Lions open up and scoring now, 2-1 ball game. You said, Sky, this is going to be a fast-paced game. Both teams are really looking to get after it here today.
Yeah, both teams on the scoreboard 2 minutes into the game. It's what you like to see, a competitive game, one that's going to be exciting to watch. We actually had a thriller here yesterday, Audie, with the women's game playing Belmont Abbey. I mean, we had a combined 34 goals. And so, I mean, goals are no secret here at Lenoir-Rhyne as Haas takes another one all the way to the rack. Correction, Flash.
And a goal by Flash once again, just showing you that speed. I mean, Sky, how big is it to have a face-off guy that's willing to be that aggressive right from the jump and go get you 2 goals?
Well, Audie, if you've ever played pickup basketball, you know what make it take it means, and it's hard. When you have a face-off guy who can take it all the way to the rack like that, it's absolutely daunting and almost hard to come over as an opposing team. Would really like to see young Harris try to get into some type of rotation to stop that. As we see the first violation there from young Harris. One of the new rules added 2 years ago, Audie, was the face-off rule. And so now if one face-off guy gets 3 violations and a half, it turns into a legal procedure penalty. And so that is just the first one there on the Mountain Lions. So
now LR will possess, and they're looking to get something going here and continue their winning ways.
I see the first line back on for the Bears as Newton takes the ball, matched up against a short stick again.
See Newton, a nice drop step there, firing inside, and that's going to be number 8, Bowen Collins, getting his first one of the year, the 5th-year senior here for Lenoir-Rhyne.
A really beautiful goal there. Collins goes down, sets the backside screen. Newton steps away, hits him as a trailer. Very beautiful offense from Coach Paradine's first line early on in this contest.
I know it's early. It's 4-1. I mean, if you're the defense here of Lenoir-Rhyne, you can't be complacent here. You haven't really been tested early on in this one. You guys still want to be hungry, especially on that back line. This young Harris team being coached by one of the LR greats. And a shot fired there by number 11, Mitchell Linklater.
And that's the transition offense we were talking about, Audie. Linklater, a defensive midfielder, comes out of the scrap on the face-off all the way.
You see a good clear there by number 9, Parker Lamarck. And a missed opportunity there. Scooped up by Jared Marbarak. Marbarak surveying. Bears doing a good job of really swarming the ball when the Mountain Lions have an opportunity. And now they're going to look to set up the offense. A series of moves, and they're going back and forth there. You got to love that energy to begin this one. That's number 17, Edward Tate. Going back and forth with number 9, Parker Lamarck. And a foul's going to be called, and that will be Mountain Lions ball.
The Bears are dropping back into a really easy ride there. Let's notice a 33 easy ride. You're going to see the attackman drop all the way back to the 50, maybe the 45-yard line there, and just wait for the clear to come to them. Really a way to slow down the other team, make sure you get your subs on. I'm sure Coach Parading and Ryan Crompton are trying to get their defensive personnel on. Great double team there by the defense by Maybach.
So that's Stanley doing a great job, but a goal is managed and scored.
That's just unlucky right there, Audie, for the Bears. Absolutely a tremendous double team right there on the crease. Get the ball down and just have it pop up into the stick of an attackman.
So that goal is scored by number 42, Cody Bialik. Scores now 42 with 11:05 remaining.
Audie, I would say that I'd really like to see Eric Dickinson get a touch here, but Flash has been doing all the work himself. He's been taking it all the way to the cage.
Still able to win the face-off there for LR, and a nice swim move by number 44 of LR, Jared Marbreck.
Get another live look here at the first line for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears.
You see Bowen Collins now with the ball swinging around, looking to find some holes. And you see Dickinson really pointed out. See, he looks like he's going to make his run.
For those y'all watching, look out for Moffitt on the crease. He's a dangerous player down there. As Newton makes a hard hit to get the ball back.
And Dickinson looking to fire there, a lefty shot, not able to get one off. Still working the ball around. Newton now surveying, spinning, fires wide for the Bears.
One of the rules that you may not be aware of, Audie, or some of our people at home, in lacrosse, unlike maybe football, basketball, it's not the last person to touch it on a shot when it goes out of bounds. The man closest to the ball at the point of where it goes out. That's why you see the Mountain Lions take over possession there.
I think that's one of the more exciting things to watch, too, especially when you see two players sprinting after, going towards the sideline to get to it first. To keep that possession alive, that's almost ultimate hustle there by both sides.
Early on, we're seeing Eric Dickinson and Miles Moffitt down there on the crease with number 17, Edward Tate, back there playing the X position.
You see ball now with number 9, Britton. Now a nice spin move by Collins. And Britton not able to handle the pass from Collins. Probably trying to set him up right around that crease. It's a turnover there. It's one of the things you got to be careful of, those unforced turnovers.
As you're starting to see here, those Bears are dropping back. Bears getting a little bit more aggressive now, bringing a couple of tagmen, Tate and Moffitt there forward. The Mountain Lions still able to clear it.
See, a good initial pursuit there by Connor Stanley, and he's one of the names we circled earlier, along with Tyler Bain, as double trouble. They wreak havoc on the defensive end. A lot of smash mouth defense. You see a great save there by Noah Johnson.
Moffitt steps in, shoot. An absolutely tremendous goal. Great placement there by number 12, Miles Moffitt.
And what a way to come back and start this season for Miles Moffitt, getting his first goal. Bears up 5-2.
I like the aggressiveness of Moffitt there. To take the ball, have a little hitch step there, just a little fake shot, and then continue to increase his angle towards the middle of the cage. Gave him the entire room, 36-foot area to shoot at there. We were talking about it earlier, though. Audie, that number 20 for the Mountain Lions, their goalie, he's an imposing player. He's 6'1", takes up a lot of the cage, and so by increasing that angle, Moffitt gave himself a better chance to score that goal.
Now we're going to do it all over again here in the middle with, I believe, Flash and Haas. And that will be number 11, Linklater, able to scoop it up. And look at the wheels on this kid as he's wheeling and dealing. And another goal for Miles Moffitt. Drop it in. And an early timeout here from the Mountain Lions. It's 6-2 ball game here at Moretz Stadium. And we will be back shortly after this break.
NCAA Division II Community Engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community.
So we are back here in Moretz Stadium. If you're just tuning in, 6-2 ball game. Sky, what have we seen in this last spurt from Lenoir-Rhyne, and how is Young Harris going to battle back from this one?
You've seen transition offense. 2 fast breaks, 2 goals off the faceoff by Flash, just taking it all the way himself. And, I mean, that's what you got to do. And that's what the game of lacrosse is all about, is getting out, getting some transition, getting some easy goals. Moffitt right there, two goals back-to-back. One with a little hitch step, beating his defender and taking it in the even set 3-on-3. And then Linklater coming down and assisting on the fast break goal there. If you're Young Harris at this point, you've got to be able to keep up with Lenoir-Rhyne's speed. Mitchell Linklater just outrunning the defender on that last goal.
As you see, Haas able to get the better of Flash there. And now the Mountain Lions are looking to get something going here on the offensive end.
Mountain Lions still come out in their 3-1-2 set here.
Now working the ball inside. It's number 10. Now moving it in. A charge towards the net. Good initial pursuit there by Bain.
Great recovery there by the Bears. Maybarek had went to help on the front side and ended up leaving a guy open on the crease, but the Bears ended up taking care of it. Wonderful job done by their defense.
Mountain Lions still pursuing a nice pass inside as number 7, Jimmy Johnston, finds the corner. And Sky, just talk to the fans at home. How big of an advantage is it to be able to go behind the goal and kind of survey and have different angles to feed a ball off for someone to score on the cage?
Well, in the game of lacrosse, it's all about angles. It's about making giving yourself the best opportunity. Obviously, the closer you get to the cage, the more opportunity, the better chance you have of scoring. But also, being able to go behind the cage gives you a chance to change the goalie's eyes. And just like you would, a quarterback would in football, trying to influence the safeties with his eyes. It's the same thing in the game of lacrosse. If you can go behind the cage and you have an effective player behind the cage who can feed and dodge, you're going to have a great advantage because that goalie's going to have his back turned to everything else that's going on. And so, one thing that you see as the Mountain Lions are coming down here, take a quick shot, you're going to see the Bears go behind the cage and really look forward to feed maybe some cutters coming down from Brett Newton and Bowen Collins, some of those guys we mentioned earlier on. But Eric Dickinson, a very, very good attackman behind the cage, not only dodging and scoring himself, but that feeding aspect that we're talking about, changing the goalie's eyes.
You see the Mountain Lions doing a good job of keeping momentum here. See a couple of shot fakes and by Sam Gasta. Trying to make something here happen for the Mountain Lions. And lower shelf right there for Thomas Semple. Fires a laser. Now reduced to the lead of to 2 goals, 6-4 ball game here in the first quarter.
And that's 2 goals right in a row, Audie, that we've seen. A high crease attackman come up, and the Bears just unable to get their second help defender over there. Now we'll see how Coach Ryan Crompton and their defense responds and fixes that little maybe quick hiccup in the defense.
I mean, just talking about it, as the mindset of a goalkeeper in the game of lacrosse is a little bit different than maybe soccer. I would definitely translate it to hockey. It's not about the number of goals you give up. It's just about, staying strong and really being on to the next shot mentality.
Absolutely. Right now in the NCAA, offenses after the shot clock became a factor are giving up, around 12 to 13 goals a game. And so as a keeper, you can't get down on yourself. You can't be down to the pits just because you gave up, 2-3 goals in a quarter. Defenses are doing a better job now defending their goalkeepers as we get a second line look at the Bears here, but they're doing a better job defending their own goalkeepers as we see a pass there, try to save. Young Harrison's up picking it up.
See Young Harris trying to get a good clear now. And a layout bid attempt there by Dickinson. Does nothing there for the Mountain Lions as they're still pushing forward. Trying to fire middle and a good pursuit there by Connor Stanley.
What we've seen so far from the Mountain Lions, Audie, we're seeing a lot of matchup problems for the Bears. The Mountain Lions are attacking those short stick defensive midfielders, taking away all the advantage the Bears have with their poles.
You see a cause turnover there by Marbarak, and a ground ball scooped up for Mike Callahan. Now the Bears are going to look to set up. Ball being worked around. Now over to Newton. Newton makes a move to the outside. Weaving in, back in. Fires lefty and low and gets it to go for the Bears.
We've seen it a lot early on here, Audie. The Bears going low. It's becoming a trend. Moffitt with the only high goal scored today on his second one there. But the Bears must have seen something in their scouting report on the Young Harris goalie that is making them go that way.
That's a good job and heads up there play by Newton. Able to spin off the defender and fire one nice and low into the bottom left corner. As the referee is going to talk something out here. (7-4) ball game here in the first quarter.
Since we have a little stoppage in play, Audie, you're actually seeing something not used very often here, but two poles on the wings now for the Mountain Lions.
Yeah, Scott, talk to us how big of a impact does it have to have two or a really good LSM in the game of lacrosse?
Well, an LSM is an absolutely invaluable player on the field. Now, not only are they playing offense or playing defense and taking up that number one matchup on the midfielder, but what they're doing as well is they're running in transition and also probably going to be one of your ground ball leading statisticians because they are on the wings. And so right now, having that extra 3 feet of pole possibly against the Lenoir-Rhyne short stick with Linklater on the far side could bode well for the Mountain Lions.
Let's see how that strategy works out for them right now. And you see a cause turnover there by Flash. And
what you see there is an illegal procedure penalty. As Flash got the stick taken out of his hands and covered the ball, it's an illegal play and an automatic turnover there for the Bears.
Now the Mountain Lions looking to get some momentum back in their favor now.
Audie, the Mountain Lions have done a good job sinking in the Lenoir-Rhyne defense as they're trying to highlight that speed from their midfield in that 2-1-3 set. They're doing a great job getting the Lenoir-Rhyne defense inside as we see a great shot there.
That was an absolute rocket from Sam Gasta, able to find the top left corner of the cage.
I've been very surprised early on, Audie, that the Bears have elected to short stick Sam Gass at number 21 for the Mountain Lions. Gass has been a great player for the Mountain Lions for the last couple of years, and so Coach Parity must have seen something that they like a little bit more on that side of the ball.
As it's a 7-5 ball game here in this first quarter, 3:43 remaining. Sky, I mean, couldn't ask for better weather here in Moretz Stadium. You see the fans pack in. I know there was a good, decent support of LR alum here in attendance. I know they opened up the pavilion here today for them as well. So, I mean, pretty weather all around.
Absolutely, Audie, absolutely. It's beautiful weather, and this is just a great atmosphere for lacrosse. You know, here in Moretz Stadium, you've got the lawn on the far side where we have some kids that can come in from the community and just play around, play some catch while the game goes on. And Coach P and the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears do a great job being community servants and leaders, growing the game of lacrosse. And so, as we talked about and I mentioned earlier, lacrosse is one of the fastest-growing games in the United States at this point in time. And it's incredible that Coach P has done for the last 10 years youth clinics here at Lenoir-Rhyne, hosted a travel summer team here based out of Hickory, which is unheard of for such a small town. I mean, you more or less see stuff clustering around the city, Charlotte, Atlanta, the hubs. And so absolutely incredible community support, and couldn't ask for a better outfit and venue for to play some lacrosse.
So we're about to get going here in the middle with Flash and Haas. And
that's 2 in a row that Flash has let go now. So let's see if he changed up his grip or his style at all. Great win there by Flash. Audie, what you're seeing on the faceoff now, Flash started with what's called a motorcycle grip. It means both of his hands are on top of the stick, and he's trying to drive it down onto the ground and clamp forward. He changed up that time and went to a switch grip, meaning his right hand went under the stick rather than over it. And you saw him get a really very quick clamp there and end up pulling it backwards to his wing defender.
you see Bryce Parrish able to make the save there on number 26, Evan Torres. And now the Mountain Lions.
Here's the aggressive defense, Audie. The Bears trying to get out and really take the ball away.
Look at that pressure by Connor Stanley, not allowing Mountain Lions any kind of room or momentum. And you see the nice set screen, and then a swim move over the top, and a shot fired wide there for number 21, Sam Gasta.
We see the switch there, putting the pull on Gasta now from Coach Crompton.
And able to get by number 26 was number 40, Daniel Zimmy, as he fires one low past Johnson.
Coach Goldsmith doing a great job highlighting his players that he inherited there at Young Harris early on in this contest. Really getting outside, making the midfield speed very active, and getting those attackmen involved by cutting and showing on the crease. Getting closer to a ball game here now, Audie. The Bears took off to a really hot start. Now we're back to a one-goal game.
And that's one of the things I love about the game of lacrosse, and it's a really fast-paced, and it's all about momentum. It's a game of runs. There's never really, in my opinion, there's never really a team that's completely out of a game. If you can get hot and get going, it's a really dangerous sight.
As we see the first violation there by Flash of the half.
See a little confusion there.
Right there, Audie, before the play starts there, cannot have someone released out of the box, and so the Mountain Lions trying to get an early start there to their offense.
Now working around 35-yard line. Now moving inside, good pressure by Bain, and that's what we talked about. He is a dangerous man there on the back end, dislodging the stick of Zimmy.
The Mountain Lions get it back there. Bain doing a good job trying to get that ground ball, just couldn't keep it in play.
Zimmy now with the ball here at the 25. Trying to get past Linklater. Good pressure there by Linklater. Cajolan.
The Bears doing a great job, Audie, trying to keep the Mountain Lions at that 15-yard range, giving their goalies a really good chance to save the ball from the midfield. We've seen the goals come from inside the 10-yard line, 10-yard mark, for the Mountain Lions.
Linklater doing a good job of keeping the forward there, the attacker, in front, not allowing him to get by him. And Linklater gets beat on a move there, but a shot is fired wide there by number 12, Bo Henson. Still Mountain Lions ball, and there's 18 seconds left here on the shot clock. Zimmy driving in, weaves it, lays it off, and a great save by Johnson. And a pass back to Johnson. Really dangerous area to lose the ball. And Mountain Lions not able to keep it in. It's going to go the other way.
A phenomenal save there by the new keeper for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Excuse me, as Sky pointed out, that's Noah Lally has checked in the game here for the Bears. So we have about 30 seconds to remain here in this first quarter. It's Newton now at the ball.
We've seen Lenoir-Rhyne exploit the one-on-one matchups today, Audie. Young Harris being very, very slow to fire and slow to help as Newton falls into the crease there, turning it over. But if Lenoir-Rhyne can get back to that and really isolate Newton and all these guys we've been highlighting for the Bears, they'll have a really good chance of scoring a lot of goals today, seeing a 20-goal game if it takes place.
And at the end of the first quarter, your score is Lenoir-Rhyne 7, Young Harris 6. And we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back shortly.
NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make
both hands, just absolutely disgusting.
He wants to rock it.
Good.
Oh, you played KSU?
Yeah, he played at KSU, he's played
Here at Moret Stadium, you're watching Lenoir-Rhyne men's lacrosse here on the Bear Sports Network. This guy's a 7-6 ball game here after that first quarter. What else do you want to see here from both sides?
Well, I'll start on the Lenoir-Rhyne side of the ball. I want to see him get back to that transition offense. You know, we spent 6 minutes on the defensive end there for the Bears, and that's just it's a hard way to score when you don't have the ball, Audie. For the Mountain Lions, try to get settled in. Possibly see everyone play a little bit more as a unit. The team itself has a good bit of turnovers. It seems like an all or nothing kind of mentality. They're either going to turn it over trying to get to the cage, or they're going to get to the cage. And so, if the Bears can really tighten up their defense, find that second help defender, you know, they have a good chance of stopping the Mountain Lions. And then on the defensive side for the Mountain Lions, trying to see if they, as we have a legal procedure offside penalty there on the Mountain Lions. But see if their defense can stop the one-on-one matchups and get some help to their initial defenders.
You see keepers and both teams have switched sides here in this second quarter. You see a deep pass, and now LR looking to get going here on the offensive end.
We are still yet to see the All-American Eric Dickinson get a touch today, Audie, which is surprising to me in the second quarter now.
Yeah, that is surprising. Someone who should demand a lot of touches, but, I mean, within the flow of the offense, they're trying to get him going, obviously. You see Newton and Dickinson looking to make something happen. Nice screen set. Newton still with the ball, surveying. Moffitt raising his stick up. He wants it. Over to Moffitt.
Lenoir-Rhyne just now getting on their sixth offensive player there. Moffitt moves it up now.
You see Bowen Collins. 20 here on the shot clock. Collins making a run in. Turning. Fires. And able to cash out is Bowen Collins. Shrug him off.
You saw some great work there by Lenoir-Rhyne offense. He had number 21, Sam Gasser, for the Mountain Lions, stuck on the defensive side of the ball. You know, in practice, he may not work on defense as much as he works on his offense, so the Mountain Lions not able to get their personnel on there. But Bowen Collins really taking advantage of that personnel and that matchup. Some of the goals, Audie, Coach Goldsmith's got to, for Lenoir-Rhyne today, Coach Goldsmith's got to be thinking that he wish he hadn't taught some of these guys how to play.
Yeah, one of those things where you're pretty excited that they're doing so well, but at the same time, you kind of got a little piece of you breaking off there, wanting his team to do better. As LR here with another possession.
Another face-off violation there on the Mountain Lions.
Mountain Lions just trying to get it out of their half now. Looking for a good clear, able to advance it.
Coach K's doing a really good job for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, getting his defensive and offensive personnel on the field very quickly, Audie. Haven't had any illegal procedures or any problems with the box today for the Bears.
You see a huge hit there by Marbrack. They're at the 10-yard line. Mountain Lions still possessing, looking to make something happen, cut into this lead of LR. LR has led this whole game so far. See Zimmy. A feed to Gasta, a nice spin, and he's being immediately pursued by Marbrack.
Marbrack, an absolutely tremendous help defender there, coming off, making Gasta turn back.
Gasta fires, and that one goes high and left, and that will go into the stands. A nice turn inside, a pass. Shot whipped low off the bounce. And Sky, talk about, I mean, you see the shadows out there. How big of a play does that come into effect there with Lally and goal?
Well, Ollie's in a tough position right now, Audie, being just legitimately a centimeter or two into the sun. It's going to take about another 10 to 15 minutes to get him fully there, but that change with the ball coming out of the shadow and trying to track it into the light at the very last second is going to be difficult and challenging for him. So you see him get a riding attack when they're stuck, but shouldn't be. Hopefully the Bears can keep it off there and do a good job to help their goalie out and make shots come from outside far out.
See a high shot, nice and wide there by Rainville. And now Dickinson here with the ball. Dickinson fires, and a lefty shot goes wide.
Love to see a quick inline hitter like that, Audie. Dickinson coming off from the screen from Moffitt. Puts two of your best players into play there together.
See Newton, a goal scorer, and has a couple assists on the game. Fires, and able to score another one is Newton for the Bears, and they go up 3.
That was a beautiful shot, Audie. A beautiful shot placed near side pipe on the goalie. The Bears are doing a good job, as we talked, going low, making the goalie work to get down there, but also changing up their placement, not going to the same place over and over again.
Brett Newton, a redshirt freshman from Saskatchewan, Canada. You see a decent number of Bears here from Canada. Sky just shows you the kind of recruiting Coach Perry has and Coach Crompton, able to find these Bears all the way up north. And LR able to win the face-off as they're working around.
It's a real advantage, Audie, to have someone as fast as Linklater out there on the wing for you. The Mountain Lions, as we talked about, electing to go with the double pole on the wings for the faceoffs now, but Linklater just able to outrun that pole and outrun that length that Young Harris is putting out there.
See Tate not able to handle that pass, and this would be a turnover there for Lenoir-Rhyne, and another hot pass, and not able to scoop it up is Bain. And Bain able to cause a turnover. Ball still on the ground. And they're battling back and forth. And
there we see the Bears with an absolutely tremendous ride. Getting the 60 or the 20-second violation there. Not able to touch it into the box for the Mountain Lions.
a shot ripped high, but it takes a deflection, scooped up. And behind the back, that would have been absolutely beautiful, Sky, if that had gone out. That was number 9, Chris Britton.
Britton showing a little creativity in the game there, Audie. You know, when you're a right-hander and you're running down the right side of the goal, you're running out of angle, you can throw that ball behind your back and throw that shot behind your back and increase that angle, give yourself a better chance of scoring.
Dickinson into Collins. Now Britton fires again. It's blocked. Collins into Moffitt, and Moffitt laying out, able to score another one for the Bears.
And Audie, that's what you have to do. Moffitt there cleaning up the trash, making sure everything gets finished and put in its right place. But a absolutely tremendous job to get the ball inside and then finish those opportunities that you do get inside.
So we're about to show you a replay there, the last little exchange. See the nice feed inside, and Moffitt able to do the rest, find the back of the cage.
That last possession, Audie, for the Bears, a really great job moving the ball around the outside. We saw Dickinson with a touch behind the cage, really drive up that hard left side, and then actually make that skip pass across, and then obviously find it all the way down to Moffitt for the inside goal.
You see Flash winning another face-off for Lenoir-Rhyne. You see the wheels behind number 26, Torres, as Torres gets into the crease, and Sky, I see you being very demonstrative with your hands there, asking for a push in the back.
You know, Audie, I'm not sure. I'm not on the field. I never saw it, so the officials are down there making the right calls that they see. But I saw a little bit of a push in the back there, so forcing him into the crease rather than a crease violation.
And you see a couple of players down on the turf there, going back and forth. That looked like Linklater and number 9, Lamarck of the Mountain Lions.
The officials figuring out the call there, Audie, finally getting it right, giving it back to the Bears. Young Harris known for their physicality, though. I love that Coach Goldsmith has went down there and really played in their assets with their speed up there, and then also their physicality on the defensive side of the ball. But maybe just getting a little bit too aggressive now.
See Britton now with the ball, waiting for Newton to join the fray. Britton makes a quick move inside. An okey doke. Now over. A pass to Moffitt behind the back, and if he had gone top shelf with that one, that would have been one for the highlight reel.
Coach Case's offense and Coach P's offense now really giving the Mountain Lions fits, Audie. This is a more amorphous 2-2-2 look where you have two guys on the crease, two guys up top, and two down low. But it's just being hard for the Mountain Lions to figure it out. And as we see a really nice save there low. One of the first ones today.
That's a great save. It's a great second effort there by the keeper of the Mountain Lions. And that big scrum as you see a ball up in the air. Still battling around, and Britton able to scoop it up there for the Bears, and they're looking to get going back on the other end.
Really fortunate there, Audie, to have Britton pick up that ground ball. Had Britton and Newton both back, two offensive personnel for the Bears. Could have been a matchup problem.
You see Newton with the ball, waiting for number 40, Kyle Landis, to enter the game. You see a couple new Bears.
Getting our second look at their the second line here for the Bears.
So that's Landis, Savichev, and number 14, Mike Colahan. And he's able to knock one in, bottom left corner. And that makes Mike Colahan's.
The Bears did a great job there. Got the Mountain Lion defense out of sorts. And then Landis did his job to draw the defender. And Colin there finish it. Again, a low goal scored.
A nice goal right there from Mike Caholen. 11-6 ball game. She saw LR jump in this one early. And then the Mountain Lions of Young Harris were able to kind of stop their momentum a little bit and get back into this ball game, make it a one-goal game. And now the lead is back up to 5 here for Lenoir-Rhyne.
With the way the Bears are playing, they look a little bit inspired. Coach P must have had something really nice or really impressive to say to them at the quarter break.
You see Starkey putting some moves on. He's got that nice flow going there for Lenoir-Rhyne, and a shot there by Moffitt. Top left corner. Surgical right there for Miles Moffitt.
Yeah, I love to see All-Americans getting into the play, Audie, making something happen. You see Dickinson there run all the way up to the midfield, something that might be a little bit different for him playing attack, but going all the way there also to help a struggling pull out, but then to get his teammates involved and get Moffitt down low for his fourth goal of the day.
Moffitt's been hot and able to pick up the hat trick there for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Audie, I hope we get to see it again, but let's talk a little bit about the fake real quickly that Moffitt threw. His little hand gesture, the first little hand gesture that he had the goalie biting low, and then the second move finally gets him up high.
Yeah, see a scrum there for the ball, able to scoop it up. Who wants it? And finally able to scoop it up there is number 26, Torres. Torres fires, and that is saved by the Mountain Lions, and ball will stay with Lenoir-Rhyne. Good heads-up play there from Parrish.
Second line back out again for the Bears. Coalition Landis here on the close side. Let's see if we can get everyone involved again.
A drive in, a shot fired low and left, and that's saved once again by Parrish.
A great save there, Audie, by Parrish. But that's what we talked about a little bit earlier before the game, one of those keys we talked about, the camo pick with Dickinson down low. Just unable to capitalize on a good shot.
They're trying to get over, and looks like that will be another violation there for the Mountain Lions. There's Cajolan now with the ball. Moffitt. You've noticed Eric Dickinson has been quiet in this game early on, but Bears are up 6 goals, 12-6.
The Bears now getting to a 1-4 look here. Landis up top, trying to use that speed. Coming down. Absolutely a tremendous shot, Audie.
That could have not been drawn up better there for Landis off the bounce. And I'm telling you what, that hit the top right part of the cage in that corner. That couldn't have fit any nicer. And that's goal number 13 there for the Bears. 13-6 in this one. 5:42 remaining here in the second quarter. And a timeout will be called by Young Harris. And we're going to take a little break here on Bear Sports Network.
NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community.
You were biting it.
I should have just went down. Honestly, should have just went down.
You caught yourself with your hands.
Yeah. I went to step, and then my shoe slipped like this, and my whole foot missed the step.
Those are funny size steps, though.
Yeah.
They really are. Hey, that's what you need to talk about right there. You're 13 on 26. We're shooting 50% right now.
As we are back here on Bear Sports Network, you're watching Lenoir-Rhyne men's lacrosse. The Bears are up 13-6 here with 5:42 remaining. Sky, what have we seen here in this last little run here from Lenoir-Rhyne?
The Bears are playing efficiently, Audie. The Bears are playing efficiently. They're finishing their opportunities. They're taking quality shots. One of the things I know Coach P talks about heavily is taking the best shot, not the first shot. And so the Bears have taken or passed up some really good opportunities, maybe 14, 15 yards out where, some really big shooters like Bowen Collins and Brett Newton can really put them in the back of the net like all the Bears can. But they're working it inside. They're finding Moffitt, who has a hat trick today on the inside, and really making those 3 and 4 yard goals count.
See the battling for the ball. Bears able to win it. And falling down there on the turf for the Bears, let's hope he's all right, was number 27, Tommy Farlow. And he looks like he's still down, and he's holding his leg. Let's hope he's all right. And the ref's finally able to stop play. And that one just hurts right there for the Bears. That did not look like a clean false guy. It looked like a non-contact kind of thing.
Yeah, non-contact fouls, Audie. You never hope to see this. Never wish this upon anybody, any player. But I'm hoping that he'll be all right. Just maybe stepped funny.
And as they check him out, we're going to take a little breather here on Bear Sports Network, and we'll be back shortly.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
So we are back now here on Bear Sports Network. Farlow able to walk up under his own power and will right there, and that's a good sign there for the Bears. A little gingerly, but that is a very good sign. Still 13-6 here with 5:15 remaining here in the second quarter. See a little miscommunication there. And they're going to get things going again there on the 20-yard line with Dickinson with the ball.
One thing you're seeing now, we got number 5 down at attack, Audie, Mason Perotti, and absolutely tremendous pass there, but you're getting Dickinson up in the midfield, maybe trying to get him some touches with a short stick on him.
And that's a nice move inside by Britton. You see Dickinson was flashing. Now Britton fires low, and that's saved there by Bryce Parrish for the Mountain Lions, and a big wedge able to break through was number 9, Parker Lamarck.
You know, we just talked about playing efficiently, taking good shots, and when a goalie can read your stick the whole way, especially in the college level, they're going to make saves. Goalies are too good now, and they're too impressive. They work too hard to just give up easy goals like that.
Zimmy now with the rock here for the Mountain Lions. Working his way inside. Spinning. It's nice screen there by Zimmy. And now a drive in and a cause turnover there by number 44, Marbarak.
Marback doing a good job trailing his attackman there. Once he'd already lost around or had to go around the pick and lost positioning, doing a great job of just making it hard to get the shot off. Tremendous play.
See Linklater surveying. He's got a nice quickness and speed on the wing, as Sky pointed out earlier. Very good stutter step in transition as well. And now the Bears look to kind of settle things down here. And
here's what you need to see. You need to see Dickinson on a short stick taking advantage of that. And that's just too easy, Audie.
And he cannot be held silent for much too longer, as he's able to score his first goal here of the 2020 season, the first goal of this game. Dickinson now just 5 goals away from being LR's all-time leading goal scorer and all-time leading goal scorer in South Atlantic Conference history.
Dickinson, an outstanding shooter, an outstanding attacking player, but young Harris might want to try to figure out how to get a pull on him as he transfers back down to attack now. But putting a short stick on him, letting him drive in within the 10-yard mark, it's just too easy. Shade's starting to finally set in here, Audie. Goalies are kind of settled in. Young Harris's goalie here on the northwest side of the stadium might have a little bit more trouble tracking that ball from deep. But, I mean, Lenoir-Rhyne's goals have come from inside, so everything now in the shade for the most part.
See the ball in the middle, flash, able to scoop it up there on the face-off. Able to make a defender fall and going straight towards the cage was 37 there for the Bears. That's Stape, Dylan Stape. Stape, a sophomore from Penn Yan, New York. Mountain Lions now surveying there. They got to stop the momentum of the Bears. I mean, this one has quickly run away from them. Ball being worked around here on the 20-yard line. And a bad pass. They're able to scoop it up. For the Bears was number 30, Yosh. And a drive inside. Could have been a shot.
Would have loved to see a shot there, Audie.
From Parody. This Parody driving in again. As you see, number 15, Bryce Reese has also checked in there for the Bears. And an errant pass. Not able to handle that one was 22, McGrath. A shot fired low. And by Dickinson, that's going to be saved. And now the Mountain Lions are looking to counterattack.
Audie, one thing I've been so impressed with the Bears, 6 out of their 14 goals have all been assisted. The last couple shots we're seeing now have been unassisted goals. Would love to see them get back to that. So the Mountain Lions start to sub here, trying to get their one line back on.
So that's number 21. Gasta here with the ball at the top of the 25-yard line. As the shot's fired wide. I mean, Scott, what was once a 7-6 ball game, it's been a 7-0 run here for LR. They've had all the momentum here in this second quarter.
Defense with a great rotation there, Audie. Little triangle rotation. Help guy comes from the crease. Crease man helps down. And then they transfer back to the backside.
So you see 30 seconds left in the game clock. A shot fired low and a great save there by Lally. Lally coming out of the crease. 20 seconds left. Fires a deep pass down the field. Bears are going to look to work quickly here and see if they can get one more up. And I believe a timeout is called by Lenoir-Rhyne with 13 seconds remaining here. Bears are up 14-6. Sky, now what do you draw up here with 13 seconds remaining, especially if you want perhaps maybe a good shot here on goal?
Well, Audie, we've been talking about it all, but you got to get the ball into the hands of your best players. And so, especially with the ball being high into the right side of the cage, Dickinson having that strong right, left hand both. See if you can get him the ball, maybe Moffitt on the inside again, maybe a backside pick, something like that. I would not be surprised to see young Harris come out and maybe try to double this ball if they think that Dickinson's going to get it. But that's also a risk that you have to take with 13 seconds left, down 7 goals. Coach Parody's got something up his sleeve. Coach Ned Cage, they're going to get together. They're going to draw something up to make something happen here. I would look to see something, maybe even a camo pick as well, Audie.
So about to wrap up the second quarter here. 13 seconds remaining. LR up 14-6 here, the Young Harris Mountain Lions. Let's see what they got here in this last little spurt. I believe it's going to be Newton with the ball here for LR.
LR still coming out in that amorphous 2-2-2 look.
And now a pass inside fired by Bowen Collins, and that's wide of the cage. 4 seconds left. Inside. Now Britton fires low, and a good save there by the Mountain Lions and Bryce Parrish, and that will take us to halftime. Your score is LR 14, Young Harris 6. And we'll be back shortly here with second half action here on Bear Sports Network.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Stick check done. Stick check.
As we are back here on Bear Sports Network here on the SAC Live, Adekale Ade, joined by Sky Dupree. Sky, in that first half, we saw Lenoir-Rhyne just get cooking, especially in that second quarter, winning on a 7-0 run, keeping the Mountain Lions scoreless there in the second quarter.
Yeah, we saw some really great things with Lenoir-Rhyne, both offensively and defensively. Defensively, as we're talking about, the Bears finished their opportunities. You saw in the first quarter a couple great double teams that turned into trash goals for the Mountain Lions, but Lenoir-Rhyne started finishing those plays. They started picking up ground balls, clearing the ball effectively. The Bears only with 2 failed clears today, but also you saw what most coaches take some pride in, some really great riding, Adi. 2 20-second violations by the Bears, forcing those and getting the ball back. Offensively, the Bears with a lot of speed. The Bears are outrunning the Mountain Lions to the goal. You see it from Flash on the face-off dot, and then Linklater as well on a couple of fast break goals. And then also finishing inside, excuse me. The Miles Moffitt is down inside with a hat trick today. Absolutely just finishing everything that comes his way, any way that he gets it, low, high. And you've seen the Bears read and put the scouting report into effect, shooting low on the Mountain Lion goalie today.
You see Flash once again there in the middle. Here for the Bears, trying to get the best of Haas and start this second half strong.
Since those couple losses, Flash has gone to that switch grip, and it's really been working well for him, Adi, on the faceoff X.
And you see a lot of action there inside the crease, and now we'll be going the other way as you see a violation there from the Mountain Lions. And since that switch and keepers from Johnson to Lally, it's been a really good second effort there from Lally. I see Newton able to handle a pass off the fly, sends one over to Dickinson, and he's able to keep it in. As you said earlier, Dickinson's been quiet, but was able to score one there in the second quarter. Let's see if that's enough to get him going. A shot fired, an absolute missile by Eric Dickinson. Oh, my goodness.
I'll call it, that was an absolutely beautiful shot. Shot right around his defender in the top right corner of that cage there. Goalie had absolutely no chance because he can't see the ball. Dickinson doing a great job hiding his stick and hiding that ball from the goalie, especially from 15, 16 yards out.
Yeah, that one was whistling. I'm sure we could hear that one up from the press box. That was a hot shot there by Eric Dickinson, able to score his second goal of the day. Now increasing the lead there for the Bears. They're up 15-6. It's still an 8-0 run there for Lenoir-Rhyne.
Miles Moffitt there did an absolutely tremendous job keeping Dickinson's defender off of him. Miles set that inside screen, keeping the rotation help from getting there. And so Dickinson able to take advantage of a really weak approach on that by that defender.
See Flash there with the ball. Wins the face-off. Bears just trying to keep it alive and really switch the field. I admire that the most here about lacrosse. Very similar to the game of soccer when they use the full width of the field and try to expose matchups and angles and the spacing. And a shot, absolute rip. I believe that one hit pipe and went wide.
You see a reset of the shot clock there. Going to get a full 80 seconds, Audie. After that ball goes off the goalie there, the offense gets another 80 seconds to play. That really wears on the defense. You've worked so hard to get a really good shot there, and then all of a sudden you have to play it a full 80 again.
Newton racing after it. And Newton's laid out from behind. And still going to be LR ball. Excuse me, it's going to be Mountain Lions possession. And let's see how this Jay Goldsmith's squad reacts to this just offensive onslaught here by the Bears in this last two quarters.
Some really great pressure by Mayberg outside the box lines there, keeping the Mountain Lions on their toes. It's taking a long time for the Mountain Lions to get their offensive personnel onto the field, wasting about 30 seconds to get all the way on.
And a shot fired low and a great save by Lally. Scooped up. And Bears going to look to get a good clear. That's Stanley. Back to Lally. Up ahead and a good pursuit there. So you see number 37, Stape. Working the ball around. Moffitt now there, the 10-yard line. Surveying behind the goal. Spins. Looking for a cut. There's no one there, and then Britton a fake. Looking for a little two-man game. Now Bowen Collins enters the fray. And a shot high-low and saved there for the Mountain Lions. Still a scrum here for the ball, trying to get the ground ball. And finally picked up there by number 25, Dylan Etter. Urter, excuse me. Still back and forth. The ball still on the ground. And Bears will possess. That's Dickinson. Now with the ball here at the 40.
Alrighty, 40 minutes into the second half now. We've got a new keeper in the cage for the Mountain Lions. A little bit different. It's their second string goalie, number 18, Huck McCollum. 2 great saves already, high. See the Bears trying to testing his skills out, 6-side high and then offside as well.
Yeah, and you see how quickly both coaches are willing to, empty out the bench there and bring in a new keeper. And it's a completely different dynamic when you have a new goalkeeper in the game. You got to feel him out, as well as be able to come off the bench kind of cold.
It's always different when you get a new goalkeeper into the game. All of a sudden, you have a different scouting report. Your shots become different. Your shot selection becomes different. What you've done is in the first half now. All of a sudden, doesn't matter when you're shooting.
Oh my goodness! Look at the wheels on Linklater, and then a shot fired there by number 17, Edward Tate. Linklater just sprinted 45 yards, and leaving defenders in his trail. Ball still on the ground here. Good check and picked up back door. And a shot fired there by number 19, Tyler Oglesby, and finally ends the scoreless drought for the Mountain Lions.
Audie, I'm a defensive guy. I played defense in college. I always love to see a pole score, no matter what team it's on. It's a great opportunity for that guy to get on the stat sheet, other than ground balls and cause turnovers. And it's just an exciting moment as a team. You have someone who doesn't necessarily score a lot to get down there and actually get a goal.
And I think it's one of those things where it's kind of sneaky when you have a defender who's able to, score with ease, especially when they have the opportunity, and able to pick it up on the back door, ground ball, and score was Oglesby. Ball still on the ground. Mountain Lions possess. And I want to see if the Mountain Lions can go on a run of their own.
Coming out in the second half, the Mountain Lions are doing a great job with the fundamentals, Audie. I've seen twice now the man ball action on the ground balls where one of their players is shielding off the Lenoir-Rhyne defenders and another one is picking it up. And so we've seen it twice now. Maybe the fundamentals are going to come out here for the Mountain Lions to get back in this game.
You see Coach Goldsmith telling them to run the set. So looking to get something going here. Starkey 1v1 here with number 34 Ryan Zopfe. And a deflection. I think Starkey might have gotten a piece of that. The LR ball is rolling there, trying to get a good cleared off. So that's Bain there with the ball. Good pass fake. And you see Ryan Crompton yelling for the ref to call it. See the Mountain Lions player was over the line. And Coach Perrine does not like that whatsoever. Shot fired wide by Britton.
Another look at the Lenoir-Rhyne first line here. Newton's going to come down.
See Britton now with the ball. Excuse me, that's Collins. Dickinson, nice screen set by Collins. Dickinson fires, and bottom right corner for Eric Dickinson. Another one.
Something new there for the Lenoir-Rhyne offense. We see 3 sweep actions right in a row, almost in a basketball weave motion. So something a little different now from dedication to Coach Perrine's offense, where you had Brett Newton and them taking hard drives to the pipe. Miles Moffitt on the inside in the first half, doing something a little different against the new goalie.
To show you the replay of that last little exchange there from Lenoir-Rhyne as Dickinson able to curl off and fire bottom right corner for another Bears goal, 16-7 here in this third quarter. There's 8:24 remaining. Another face-off between Flash And Haas, Flash able to win it. Flash turning on the Jets. Over to Moffitt, and Moffitt rips one high. Very close to our cameraman, Jake Pierce, on that one. That would have been a great shot, and very glad he's all right on that one.
Moffitt trying to do a really good job of hiding his stick there. Just couldn't get enough wrist slip there to get the ball on cage.
Dickinson turning, spins, muscles one up, and it's saved right there by the Mountain Lions. And now they have a counterattack opportunity on the fast break. Pass inside, and that's textbook finish right there by number 42, Cody Bialik.
And it's great offense. It's defense turning into offense, I should say. Audie, from a quick, easy save, 2 outlet passes up the field, and you get a 4-on-2 coming down to the backside.
And the Mountain Lions offense and defense have been picking up here in this second half. They've been getting going, able to score 2 goals here in this third quarter. And like you said, Sky, they're just capitalizing here on the defensive end, able to get some fast break opportunities there for young Harrison. I mean, it's like clockwork when you're 4v2 on the other end.
It's a change of pace for their offense today, too. You know, we spoke about it earlier. It's taking them 30 seconds to get their offensive subs onto the field. And, I mean, they scored before the 70-second mark on the shot clock. So that change in pace and that quickness that they're having now seems like they have a little bit more urgency down 8 goals.
And now Mountain Lions with some momentum in their favor, looking to get something going. So that's Gasta. Lays it off for number 12, Henson. Henson looking to go to work. Henson fires, and Lally able to save that one. Bialik. Back over to Gasta. Gasta surveying. Gasta, nice screen. He fires high and wide.
Mountain Lions come out in that 2-1-3 set they've been in all game, Audie. Doing a great job of the pass, dodge mentality, trying to get the ball to the backside as quickly as possible.
Henson looking back, trying to hear the call. And that's great pressure and intensity there from number 45, Rainville, Dakota Rainville of the LR Bears. Now Henson looking for someone to make a cut inside. Henson spinning. Shot fired low, and Lally with the save. And a great effort there by Lally to lay out, and LR was able to be the closest one to the ball.
One thing today, Audie, that we haven't seen from the Mountain Lions is having a good rotation as a backup man. You know, one of the things you naturally, instinctively put into your offense when you're an offensive coach and when you're playing lacrosse is having that man behind the cage ready to take the ball back. And there, I mean, I've seen twice now that the Mountain Lions have not had a guy behind the cage to recover the shot.
Now inside, that's a pass and a goal there by number 26, Evan Torres. Now pushing the lead up to 9 goals, and that's just fundamental teamwork right there by the Bears. A give and go, and Torres able to do the rest.
Audie, Torres did a great job there, driving his defender all the way into the crease. When the ball transferred back around the cage, back to the top side, it gave him a great opportunity when Landis driving because his defender had to be the help defender at that point. And so by driving low, he did hit Landis a service and gave him an open lane and ended up helping himself in the end.
Just a little update for you on the stats. Miles Moffitt, leading goal scorer here with 4 goals here for the Bears. A couple players with 2, Flash, Bowen Collins with 2. A shot fired low there by Semple of the Mountain Lions. Eric Dickinson now has a hat trick with 3 goals. So he's 3 goals away from breaking the record. Deep pass fired upfield. As number 16, Alicia now streaking. Now Moffitt fires. That one squeaks past Dickinson on the rebound. Good save by the Mountain Lions. McCollum's done a great job of really setting the tone there. Just cut off a lot of angles that the Bears were getting in the first half. That is number 34, Riley Zopfi with the ball. Immediately swarmed by two Bears. Working around. Shot fired lefty low, and that's Casta. Oh, my goodness. A pretty shot.
And that's just a beautiful goal, Audie. Hard rotation for the defense to get to the backside. When you're having to sprint 20 yards and then try to break down on a player such as Gasta, who's quick, good with his left hand, it's a nearly impossible approach. Gasta took advantage of a guy trying to recover and ended up taking his top foot from him. Made it hard to get there. That's just textbook offense from Jay Goldsmith's team.
So they're battling in this one. Now trim the lead of Lenoir-Rhyne down to 8. Back in the middle for another face-off, where Noah Flash has been 21 of 28 so far.
It's no surprise that Flash has been good today, Audie. He's looked good against scrimmages against North Greenville and Embry-Riddle, both in the preseason this year, and he's just continuing that into the 2020 season. I do like the wrinkle that Coach Jay Goldsmith put into his offense here. If you'll notice down here at the bottom of your screen, he's got Flash and his face-off guy locking off, and his face-off guy is just coming out. They've basically created more space on the field for that speed of their midfielders. And so now they're just playing 5-on-5.
Zimmy trying to fire a pass, and Bain able to scoop it up. Now Linklater looking to turn on the Jets if he can handle the pass. And able to advance the ball on a good clear for Lenoir-Rhyne. Savachev with the ball now over to Cohan.
We're getting our first look at the second line from the Lenoir-Rhyne in the second half today. See if they can continue on. Had a couple of productive runs. A couple goals come out in the first half. One from Landis to Colin, and then another one on the inside from Landis to Moffitt.
Now over to Caholen. Caholen surveying. He's turning. Now into Landis. Shot fired high and saved there by McCullum. It's a good rip by Savachev.
Looks like the officials are going to discuss which player it hit, Audie, if it was the goalie or a player in the field.
Waiting on the referees.
Makes a huge difference, too. The Bears were down to about 40-some-odd seconds left on the shot clock there, and if they reset it, it's going to be harder on this Mountain Line defense to withstand the attack from the Bears for another 80.
That's always tough to see. When you're working so hard on the defensive end, you've dwindled down the shot clock to like 20 or 10 seconds, and then it just resets just like that to have to play tough defense again for a full another 80 seconds.
I believe they're rating up. They're going to reset the shot clock to 47 seconds. But to your point, McCollum's played well in the cage in the second half. 2 goals allowed, and he's making some saves that he should make, and he's making some with his head and with his feet that he shouldn't make even.
Still working it around the back of the cage now. A pass fired across, and it's going to remain LR's.
That shot did go off the goalie, so they will have to reset now to 80 seconds.
A drive in, and a shot fired low and left, almost getting it to drop there. It was number 14, Caholen.
Gotta love having an enclosed stadium, Audie. Balls come bouncing back on the field all the time. Does slow down the game a little bit, but not too much.
Spinning. A good effort laying out there for the Bears. It's number 2, Savachev. Savachev firing high and no good. It's a good pursuit here by the what looks like to be the second rotation here for the Bears.
Bears are doing a good job getting some shots. They're just not protecting their stick well, Audie. The Young Harris defenders are doing a great job of getting on their back hip, trailing, and getting those trail checks in, sending the shots high and wide.
Another shot fired, and McCollum has been on high alert here in this last little minute stretch. Bears have just been attacking and attacking, not letting him have any room to kind of take a breather.
To that point, Audie, the Bears are out shooting the Mountain Lions 47-26, almost or nearly doubling the shots they have, and that's just a tough way to play. It's a tough way to win a game.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be surgical, absolutely precise, if you're being outshot almost double there.
Another player down for the Bears on the far side. Looks like Moffitt. I didn't see what happened, Audie. I would just hope that we have some cramp issues.
Yeah, we'll be back shortly, and let's hope Miles Moffitt's okay here on Bears Sports Network.
I remember it like somebody flipped a switch, and something was really wrong. The staff at Fry treated me like family, and they said, these days, I'm taking time for things that really matter. Every month, I needed a doctor, and I'm an expert in my heart.
Really? So box lacrosse, which is super big in Canada up north, it's indoor essentially. You play 5.
We are back here on Bears Sports Network. You've been watching Lenoir-Rhyne men's lacrosse. LR is up 17-9 here with 2:13 remaining in the third quarter. Sky, it's been all Lenoir-Rhyne in this one, and the Mountain Lions have done a good job of really adjusting here, especially in goal from number 18 Huck McCollum.
Yeah, the Mountain Lions are doing everything they can to just withstand against all the shots they're looking at. McCollum now just giving up two goals in the second half. I mean, it's just very impressive. Lenoir-Rhyne may not have had a scouting report on him. May have had just a different scouting report, and I mean, he's just a very different goalie than what they had seen. Great play there.
That was an absolutely filthy spin move. Oh my goodness! Hitting circle on repeat was number 31, Liam Farrell. What a move there for LR as they're looking to attack here on the other end. Bowen Collins.
As we see an offsides penalty there on the Bears. Only have two guys back on defense.
A shot fired low and wide by Zimmy.
One of the only violations we've seen today, Audie. It's been a very clean played game on both sides of the field. Both sides of the ball, I should say.
Zimmy laying it off to Gasta.
And here's what you want to see. This is what Young Harris wants. They want their best player, Gasta, matched up against that short stick.
And Gasta with the behind-the-back shot, kind of over the shoulder, and Lally was able to save it.
Young Harris is trying to exploit those short stick matchups. They know they can't take the Bears one-on-one, and so they're trying to really work down and try to play as a unit now, taking on those shorties.
Going around and able to find the top corner is Thomas Semple. That will be his second goal of the day. Your score is now 17-10.
Young Harris goal scored by number 93, Thomas Semple.
To your earlier point, Audie, when you're talking about being behind the cage, that's what it brings. That's the dynamic that Lacrosse, being able to go back there, brings. That goalie has to transfer across the entire cage to get to that shot, especially with a right-handed goalie. Flipping your body and flipping your stick around makes it a little bit more challenging to get to a shot that it can be put off that quickly.
And one of the few face-offs that we've seen Flash lose here today is Haas able to win that one. The timeout is called by Young Harris. And we're going to be staying here with you. 37.7 seconds remaining here in this third quarter, Sky. Just give us a little stat update here. And what have you liked from Lenoir-Rhyne?
Well, Audie, here's what I like. We have Lenoir-Rhyne has 17 goals, 8 of them which are assisted. And that's what you want to see. You know, players are getting their teammates involved. They're being active off ball. One of the things that people love about lacrosse is that it's a beautiful game with 6 players moving simultaneously to a spot they know they have to be at to move the ball. And so the fact that they are assisting on almost half, or a little bit over half their goals, is just a really impressive number to have. Moffitt's been a huge part of that on the inside, but at the same time, it means that they are getting the ball. They're drawing dodges and then getting the ball to the backside to score easy goals.
And what do you think Jay Goldsmith is telling his team right now? I mean, you're down 7 goals, but it's a lot of time left to surmount that deficit.
You've already said it. No team's ever out of it in the game of lacrosse. It's a game of runs, and it's a game where you can score very quickly. You're able to score and get the ball back on the face-off absolutely within seconds of each other, and so you're never out of it. And that's what the message has to be from Coach Goldsmith right now to his guys. His defense, you guys say, hey, guys, we've got to lock it up. We need to be part of it, and we need to be aggressive to get the ball back down on the field, try to get some easy transition goals. As an offense, take the best shot. You know, we've seen the behind-the-back shot by Gast on this last possession, along with Zimmy, who came down and took one. And Zimmy's shot was really, really well done, just not in the best place. But maybe you could have found a better shot from Gast than behind the back.
See Zimmy with the ball here around the 40-yard line. And he's going to look to survey and see what the defense gives him. Being shadow boxed right there by Linklater. And a
little trickery there, trying to get the hidden ball trick going from Young Harris.
It's a good set play. And that will be the end of the third quarter. It's a 17-10 ball game here in Moretz Stadium. Your LR Bears are up over the Young Harris Mountain Lions, and we'll be back shortly here with fourth quarter action.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we are back here on Bear Sports Network. I'm Adi Kaliane, joined by Sky Dupree. 17-10 ball game. Lenoir-Rhyne is up over the Young Harris Mountain Lions. It's been a good display there from the Mountain Lions there in the third quarter, but Lenoir-Rhyne was still pouring it on, and a 7-goal deficit for the Mountain Lions. And Sky, it's like we talked about, it's not impossible here for the Mountain Lions to come back in this one. But, you know, Coach P really has a disciplined squad. They're going to keep putting their foot on the gas.
No, absolutely. And the key right now for Young Harris, as we see Flash pull it there towards himself or towards his own goal, is that they've got to start winning faceoffs. Whether it be they get their wing players involved with that double pole action that we saw earlier on in the game, or their faceoff guys start winning them themselves. But they've got to be able to get the score and get the ball back.
See a big scrum there for the ball. Someone trying to come up with it, and it's trapped. A couple of players putting their bodies on the line, and finally Moffitt able to control it there for LR. Inside, Britton fires, and that one true all the way into the back of the net, 18-10 Lenoir-Rhyne.
Yeah, you talked about that discipline, Audie, and that's just fundamental lacrosse right there. Moffitt gets the ground ball on the far side, fires it across the field for Dickinson, who finds Britton on the wing and just absolutely puts a rocket of a shot past the stick side of the goalie.
It's going to be Flash, and I believe Haas once again in the middle, and Flash 22 of 31 on faceoffs here today. Was able to start this one off at the very beginning with the first goal of the game and the first goal of the season for Lenoir-Rhyne. And Flash not able to pick that one as Gasta able to pick his pocket.
Those are the plays that Young Harris is going to have to come away with, Audie. They're going to have to figure out that they're going to have to come up with the 50-50 ground balls. They're going to have to come up with the dirty plays that Lenoir-Rhyne's been winning. And that's the only way they're going to get back in this game, 8 goals down with 14 minutes left.
Working around an errant pass, going towards the sideline, and that'll be going the other way. A turnover there for Lenoir-Rhyne. That's number 26, Torres.
Something that many fans may not be used to, Audie, is the quick restarts there. You know, that's a new thing for lacrosse, came in last year. And something that's different between basketball, football, and any other sport. You might see when you pick it up, when an offensive player picks it up, whether the defense is ready or not, they're able to go and start attacking the cage.
And Britton turning. Britton able to not gets dislodged the balls. That's a big hit there by number 36, Andrew Grohavik.
Even though they turn the ball over there, I love the dedication of the Bears. You see Eric Dickinson and Miles Moffitt, they're two of your leading scorers up there near midfield, trying to chase that ball down and ride the ball back.
You see the Mountain Lions there with the ball, trying to go to work. Good pursuit of the ball is Stanley applying pressure. We talked about him and Bain being double trouble back there as defenders. Very lethal combination. We've been doing a good job here today. As you see, 23 seconds there on the shot clock. Zimmy has to look up. He's got to get going. Zimmy able to find a lane. Lays it off. 10 seconds here on the shot clock for Young Harris. Scrambling and saved by Lally. And he sends one deep.
Great save there by Lally. Because we're going to see a push here on Young Harris, but an absolutely great save. Defender trips on the backside of the cage, and he's just absolutely ready for it.
As that's number 11 Linklater. Excuse me, that was 17 Tate. We're going to work the ball around.
Second line here for Lenoir-Rhyne comes back out. Been a very productive unit, you know. Can't ask for much more than 3 goals from your second unit because your first are going to get the majority of the runs.
Moffitt. Excuse me, that is number 19, Torrent Cleston. Cleston surveying, goes to the left. He gets bumped, keeps the ball alive, fires low. Ball still on the deck here, and he gets shoved up. And a flag will be called. And that was an unnecessary hit there by Parker Lamarck. And
Absolutely unnecessary, Audie. You're completely right. The play was dead. The whistle was over. And those are the kind of plays they're trying to take out of here, or take out of lacrosse. That way you don't have any of the hurt.
So we show you a replay of that last little scrimmage, and you can see just Lamar teeing off there on LR. And he's going to get a minute sitting out for that. And we're going to see LR's first man-up possession.
I'm really excited to see their man up unit. Coach Case has been telling me that they've got something special up their sleeve, that their ball movement is crisp and on point, and that they're able to get some really easy goals on the inside.
See Moffitt there at the 30, working the ball around.
Lenoir-Rhyne comes out in a condensed 1-4 set, all within inside the box.
See Bell now over to Moffitt. Moffitt loses the handle. LR is still able to keep possession. Bale fires low, and that one was saved. And Collins will be shoved in the back, and this Young Harris team is playing very physical.
The one thing you don't want to see, Audie, is a physical team like Young Harris who does it so well become undisciplined and started having those pushes in the back and all that.
That was filthy as Bowen Collins, with his back turned towards goal, fires a no-look shot off the assist from Miles Moffitt, and a 19-10 ball game.
Those are the looks you're looking for, Audie, those inside looks, the ones that you can dunk, essentially.
As you show you the replay here, you see the nice dime there by Moffitt, and Collins knows what to do with the rest. Doesn't need to look at goal.
Great spatial awareness, great recognition of where you're at on the field, and great ability to use your stick to control the variation of where you can throw it to.
Oh, he's obviously got good footwork as well, not stepping into the crease. I mean, wasn't looking towards goal, but knew where his feet were at, able to fire a precision shot. Another shot ripped, that time by Starkey with the pull. Moffitt, the spin move, fires righty, and he gets it to go. Miles Moffitt.
Moffitt's so good on the inside. So good on the inside with his hands. Moffitt has a background in box lacrosse, playing in tight spaces. And so that play, not unusual to see him make that right there to catch the ball off the bounce and finish it in tight.
So that'll be 5 goals on 8 shots there from Miles Moffitt. Great way to start your junior year campaign there for the former SAC Newcomer of the Year. Flash once again in the middle with Haas. And the ball will be won by Gasta in the Mountain Lions. And right now at this point, you just got to try to stop the bleeding. 10 minutes remaining. There's still a lot of time left. You just got to be able to make a run and get something going.
Yeah, the Mountain Lions need a run right now, Audie, just like you said. 2-3 goals would get them right back in this game.
Zimmy being bumped and pursued by Linklater.
Mountain Lions electing to slow it down here, Audie. Going to a 2-man crease as well. Seeing a little copycat of sorts of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Again, Audie, we're starting to see this variation for Coach Goldsmith, playing 5-on-5. Got his face-off guy out here by the wing, knowing that Lenoir-Rhyne's just going to match feet with him. And so trying to create some space for Zimmy and Gasta.
And Zimmy loses the ball. That one's scooped up, and look at the wheels. Right there, a pass mishandled as that was for Parody. And Miles Moffitt trying to win it back here. Caused the turnover, gets the ground ball. Trying to split the double team. And able to rip the stick away.
Really different call you see there. You don't see that very often, Audie, with the offensive player taking the stick out of the defenseman's hands. Something that usually just happens within a scrum and doesn't get called a lot of times.
Yeah, I've loved the way that the refs are letting these boys play here today, but at the same time protecting their safety as well. Gasta there with the ball. A good pass weaving in and out. That was a pretty dime in the traffic, but a shot fired wide.
That's really good offense by the Mountain Lions, Audie, to get that ball through that skip lane, and then a nice shot coming from about 11 yards out. Fortunate for the Bears, they didn't put that one on cage.
And then a great save by Lally, jumping in the air. That was very much needed there for the Bears. And
tremendous lacrosse.
And then coming out of nowhere for the truck is Lally, like leaving in an open cage. And the Mountain Lions will capitalize. And that's tough there if you're Lally. It's either take out the Mountain Lions player or give up the goal, and kind of was indecisive on either one.
Great job there by number 42, Cody Bilek, to go get that ball off the missed pass and then get the ball back towards the cage. That's the effort you need and that the Young Harris is going to need for the last 8 minutes here to get back into the game. Who knows, that one goal can always spark a run.
That'll be Semple's third goal of the game. That'll give him a hat trick. Flash looking to win it. Ball still up in the air, bouncing around. Waiting for someone to scoop it up, and out of the fold is number 31. Liam Farrell with the goal.
That is exciting, Audie. Absolutely incredible. Love seeing the pole pick up the ground ball and take it all the way to the rack. Did a great job keeping his pole vertical and burying it in the cage.
Farrell, the freshman, able to come out of that little scrum and exchange. Sky was saying the pole, sprinting down and finding the back of the net. 21-11, Lenoir-Rhyne.
Such a different angle and such a different look for a goalie to have to track the ball coming out of a pole. Normal lacrosse sticks being only 3 feet long, a long pole being 6 feet. It's just a different trajectory point to have to track.
This ball still there on the ground. Back and forth they go.
It's the first time we've seen our second faceoff guy from the Lenoir-Rhyne today, number 36, Owen Thomas. Does a good job getting the ball out to his wings for another win.
And you see a host of different Bears here. It looks like Ketchupee has really emptied out the bench. You see a shot saved by McCollum. Reese, as well as number 22, Liam McGrath. And Will Kanata. Reese with the ball here. A nice cut by Reese, and kind of shook himself out of his own cleats. Lost his footing.
If he can stay on there, he's got some absolute speed to use.
Reese now with the ball. A turn and stops on a dime. Fires. And the freshman gets his first goal of his young career. Right there to put the Bears up 22-11.
Just when you think the Mountain Lions might have a little bit of life back in them with the one goal, the Bears come back and respond.
See, a timeout will be called. 22-11, 6:59 remaining, and we'll be back shortly here on Bears Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we are back here on Bear Sports Network. You've been watching Lenoir-Rhyne men's lacrosse, 22-11 here in the fourth quarter. 6:59 remaining. Lenoir-Rhyne is up. Sky, it's been a Lenoir-Rhyne show, and it's been a Miles Moffitt show, as well as a great defensive stand here from Noah Lally.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, Audie. One of the things that the Bears have done today is that they've played as a unit, both on the offensive and the defensive side of the ball. Defense rotations have been crisp, they've been to the point, and their double teams have been absolutely stifling. On the offensive side of the ball, Moffitt, as you mentioned, finishing everything inside, and then Dickinson has been taking a backseat and gotten his teammates involved. Dickinson now with just the 2 goals, but 3 assists, 4 assists on the day. And so he has been electric with the ball and without the ball as well.
And, I mean, you just look at some of these numbers. 24 of 26 on clears, 43 ground balls to 25 of Young Harris. I mean, 57 shots to 33 shots for Young Harris. LR is just manhandling the Mountain Lions in this one.
And 2 of the stats you talked about, but one more that Coach Parenting is really going to like is the 0 penalties, Audie. The Bears have played a clean game today, not even a violation besides the 1 offsides.
Able to win that was Owen Thomas. They're battling back and forth, slapping away at the ball, finally winning it. And that will be number 13, David Bell, here with the ball. Reese, who just scored his first goal of his career, checks back on.
One of the things that Lenoir-Rhyne has going for them, too, is that their depth is absolutely incredible, Audie. This third line with Reese, McGrath, and number 7, Will Kanata, is electric, just like their first line is. Their first line has some experience, Collins and Brett Newton being a little bit older. Newton, the sole underclassman on that line, but they have some absolute shooters on this line with Kanata and McGrath, and then speed with Reese.
So you see Kanata mishandling that pass. Still working the ball around. And Reese, stutter step, fires a lefty shot, and that's just a little high on the pipe right there. Not able to get that one to go, but Bears still with another opportunity. Backhand, now a spin, stutter step. Working the ball around is 19, Eccleston. Eccleston still with the ball here. Being jammed and by number 14, Venturino.
That last possession there, Audie, we heard Coach Case down there screaming at his offensive to move on the backside, and that's the inexperience that we're talking about. These guys are just now getting into their first game, maybe as a Bear, or maybe in their second year, and so they're just getting to learn the offense as a whole. And that's what is so different about college lacrosse from high school lacrosse, is that you're going to see 6 guys moving rather than just one guy with the ball and then being reactionary. Everyone has a purpose. Every movement has a purpose.
Now the Mountain Lions trying to make their way back in this game slowly but surely, and a shot fired wide. And this guy, you just touched on how college lacrosse is. It's you do have your star players, but at the same time, it's more of a team game as opposed to, high school lacrosse. There is no hero ball, and especially a high level in Division II lacrosse.
No, absolutely. One of the things that's so crazy about college lacrosse is that if you are a great player on your high school team, every one of the great players on the high school teams now play in the NCAA, and so there's nobody that just is going to be able to run through 6 people. This is a team game. This is a game that takes all 6 guys to score, especially when you have a goalie like the Bears do on Noah Liley, who's in cage and going to make saves.
So the Bears were able to force another turnover there, 20-11.
A great wrinkle here by Young Harris with a 10-man ride, Audie, getting everyone involved. Goalie's out of the cage, ready to play a little defense. Young Harris trying to get back in this game, not giving up with 4 minutes left.
It's, as you said, that's an interesting technique right there. Bring the keeper out and play defense. But quickly, just like that, he's back in the cage. And that's Bell with the rock now here. For Lenoir-Rhyne, Bell just surveying, and I think at this point, Lenoir-Rhyne and Coach B just telling his Bears kind of possess the ball, work it around, and fire a good shot if you got it. And a shot ripped by Kanata, and that's low. I believe that was saved. 3:24 remaining in this one. And what a series of chops right there for number 5, Parody. Bell trying to fire something inside. Swung around. Parody. Shot fired low and goes wide for the cage. Good spin move. Mountain Lions looking to get that good clear. The flag was thrown right there on the far sideline by the official. We'll wait to see what that call is. Zimmy now back in. Moving there on Reese. Pass inside and a push in the back. They're looking for a reset.
And that's the right call by the official there. With the push in the back, even though it's a loose ball foul, the flag down, it's going to be a second penalty on the Bears. So we'll let you see what the first call is, Audie.
So they're talking things out.
So a dual penalty, Audie. We got both on the Bears. Got a unnecessary roughness and a pushing penalty, and that's gonna be a real test for the Downers now for Lenoir-Rhyne. There's a 4-man rotation, box rotation, and we'll see how they can handle it.
So now a man up possession here for the Young Harris Mountain Lions.
It's worth noting that in 30 seconds here, Audie, the Bears will gain a player back if the Mountain Lions fail to score. They'll still be a man down. It'll be another 30 before they get back to full strength.
Now surveying, and then a shot fired low, saved by Lally, scooped up by Maybrick, and lost by Lally, and he's out of the cage. He's going to have to get back in this one. And Gasta turning. Great hustle there by Lally to get back in the cage. And Gasta just fires a shot high.
Bears doing a great job there, making sure that they didn't give up anything on the inside. Gave Lally a chance to make the save there during the man down time.
Able to withstand the pursuit by Young Harris as they were a man up. Now in the link later, he fires a low dribbler. That one goes wide.
One thing I love about Coach Paradine and Coach Case's offense, they allow those defensive midfielders and personnel to stay on the field for a little bit of time. Those guys take up space, drive their defenders into the hole, and actually create a lot of space for the offensive personnel.
So we're about to a minute left to play here in this game. Lenoir-Rhyne up 22-11 here at home, playing the Young Harris College Mountain Lions. Nice spin move and good job of staying in front. And that is a turnover there for LR. 43.5 seconds remaining.
Look to see if the Mountain Lions try to get in some type of set here, or see if they try to score rapidly, see if they can get a couple of goals back.
And errant pass, intercepted right there by number 43, Cam Seckler.
And now I'm sure Coach Paradine and their offense is just going to ice the ball here. They're going to take it behind the cage, run out the clock, and take their first win of the season to the books.
And diving effort there not able to get that one to go, but 10 seconds left on the clock, and I feel like that's going to be it here in Moret Stadium. And just like that, with the first victory.
1 second left on the clock. Just a formality at this point.
Everyone's a stickler, Scott. 22-11 here. Lenoir-Rhyne able to finish off and get the victory against the Young Harris College Mountain Lions with a nice win here today. That's a great effort there by Lenoir-Rhyne, and what a day offensively. Miles Moffitt, 5 goals. You saw, Eric Dickinson have 3 goals. Newton was a factor as well. Bone Collins, and it was coming from all rotations here for Lenoir-Rhyne. And just a great overall game here as Coach Parody picks up the first win of this 2020 season. And the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears will be back here at home on Valentine's Day, here on February 14th, here on Friday. It's next week Friday here at 7 p.m. here in Moret Stadium. It's been a great night for Lacrosse as Lenoir-Rhyne picks up the victory, 22-11. Thanks for staying tuned here on Bears Sports Network. I'm Anakali Ane, and on behalf of my broadcast partner, Sky Dupree, we wish you a great evening.